Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Mark Stevenson.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that warm welcome and good evening, and welcome to you all to the 1861 suite. Ladies and gentlemen, an evening with Nigel Clough and David Sharp has been pencilled in for February, but tonight we head into the heart of the Snakes dressing room to speak to two of the senior players and, along with them, one of the manager's most trusted lieutenants. So, would you welcome please Andy Garner, Ollie Hawkins and James Perch. Evening to you all. How are we? All right?
Evening.
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 Yeah, thank you.
Evening, everybody.
There was a friendly match today, Gons, wasn't there? Two halves of 30 minutes. How did the lads get on?
0-0.
0-0.
Well, we were fantastic, to be fair.
Yeah?
Honestly, yeah. They played the first team. It was rather than train, we just thought we'd have a little game with them. Obviously, lovely surface and raining all afternoon, all morning. Sorry, but yeah, we played really well second half, and we should have won the game really. But yeah, good workout for us.
Who was involved of note?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Some played 30 minutes. Some played a little bit more. Perchy played about 6.5 minutes because it always somebody touched him like that and he had to come off, so I can't take any risk with it. Yeah, you've done well to get here, to be fair.
We'll start with Perchy. How would you evaluate the season so far, Perchy?
I think it's been decent. A couple of results haven't gone our way and we haven't played well in a couple of games. But compared to last season and where we finished up last season, I think it's quite good. I think there's promising signs.
Hawks, have you seen progress?
Oh, 100% from last season. We were, I think, at this stage didn't win in 10 or something like that. So to be where we are now, in a good position still, last couple of weeks haven't been the best, but I think with injuries coming back and stuff, we'll be good.
We'll take your questions shortly, ladies and gentlemen, but let's divert our eyes to the screen and enjoy the goals of the season so far.
Corner for Mansfield from the right-hand side. Hiram Boateng high into the middle towards Totovic and into the net! Tool forward to Maris. Maris turns. Maris crosses into the middle. It'll come for Hawkins, who scores! Brilliant goal from Ollie Hawkins! To Swan. Swan in the area, scores! Brilliant turn from Swan! Swan into the area, lays it off to Lapsley. Oh, it comes out to Ollie Clark, who scores! Ollie Clark scores from a side angle! Corner for Mansfield, Maris takes it beyond the far post, headed down by Akins and headed into the net! Hand side. Low ball into the middle, flicked on by Wallace. Akins heads it down and it's turned into the net by James Gale. Forward to Hewitt. Hewitt's low ball into the middle, turned into the net by George Lapsley. Brilliant cross from Hewitt. Jordan still has the ball, chips the ball into the middle towards Akins, flicks it into the net, and heads the ball down. It's played forward to Lapsley. Lapsley into the air, it goes round the keeper and scores! Barry lays it off to Law. The Swan into the air and shoots. Oh, what a goal from Will Swan! Wallace curls the ball high into the air towards Hawkins, who heads it down into the net, and Ollie Hawkins heads home from 8 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, 30 goals so far in all competitions from the Stags. Gons, which is your favourite thus far?
Oh, test I'd have to go Ollie. It's a hard one. Ollie Clark, I think, yeah.
At Doncaster.
It's a fantastic finish at the end of the day. The big man's as well, when he has a touch and puts it in the bottom corner, it's a very good finish. But it's not as good as Ollie's.
Yours, though, was such an important goal at Crewe.
Yeah, I think that was a really good goal. One of mine, top ones for Mansfield so far since I've been here, I think, and yeah, match winner as well, 96th, 7th minute, I think.
Let's speak about the season in a bit more depth. Perchie, why would you say Mansfield are better placed this season to go one better than last?
So I think we've had more time with the gaffer and Gons. I think last year it took a little while to get across what he wanted us to do. But now I think we've all started the season knowing exactly how we want to play, a style of play, and I think that has showed this year, and like the point tally shows it.
Gons, you've worked with a lot of players, a lot of groups. How does this one compare? What are they like on a day-to-day basis?
They're a fantastic group. Obviously we haven't got a massive squad, 19 players, but we know Tuesday night, Saturday, whatever it is, that we can play any one of them, start any one of them. So we saw pre-season, we wanted that sort of number and we wanted that sort of quality, and a very good bunch to work with. The honesty's there, they work hard. Just little things at times, Steve-o. It's little things that annoy us. We get frustrated, we have a go at them. And
just a bit.
Yeah, because it annoys us. It does, on Saturday, even Saturday, I know I get the sending off, but just little things, Macca with a throw, throwing it inside, he just comes and throws it, and before you know it, it's in the back of the net. We don't need to do that. Throw it up the line, we don't need to do that. Don't put yourself at risk, but we keep telling them. I think we've been on about it all season about throw-ins. We're still the worst throw-ins in the league, I would imagine. They're pathetic. But we will still keep telling them, yeah.
Sure. What did you make to the most recent performance, Hawks? The 5-2 loss on Saturday at home to Swindon.
Yeah, it was a tough one to take. I think what Gon's saying is a few mistakes on our part that normally we wouldn't do at home. We're pretty good at home and pretty strong on the front foot. And we obviously went 1-0 up, but conceding 5 is not really good enough. And we just got to work on it really and make sure we don't concede many goals, and we'll know we'll win games.
What about some of the lighter moments then, gentlemen? Hawks, when we speak to the players in the news conferences and so forth, you seem to be identified as the tormentor-in-chief. Is that fair, and has any player ever got his own back on you?
I don't think that is fair. I don't really do. I think they're winding me up really, saying I'm joking or not. I say what I think really, and I do like a joke here and there. But Maris is the main culprit. He's I think second or third away trip. I walked into my room and everything was upside down, and I was like, what's going on here? And I was sharing with Gailey as well, and Gailey was outside the door waiting for me to open the door. And we've gone in there and it's upside down. I said, Gailey, you've been outside the door for 10 minutes. What's happened? And then it turns out 3 days later he snuck in there while we was eating dinner, Maris, and turned everything upside down, hid all the laptops and iPads, and yeah. So I think Maris is playing a trick on everyone, saying I'm the joker, but secretly he is.
Gons, the spotlight came on you after the Northampton game in the playoffs, when we beat Northampton on that famous night at Sixfields. Because you were leading the chorus in the changing room after the game, weren't you? The Walking Memphis anthem. That was something that derived from you, was it? Just put a bit more flesh on the bones, if you would.
Yeah, we had in the season. Obviously, we could pick 4 songs, everybody individually. So we picked 4 songs, and that was one of my songs. Fortunately, it was one of the songs that actually played all the time throughout the season, and every time we sort of played it, because the other songs from us and the staff and the majority of the players as well don't seem to get played because he's in charge. He plays his rap music. I don't. We call
Shuffle. It's called shuffle.
We call it crap music. It's horrendous. Honestly, before the game, it is horrendous. I've never heard so much rubbish in all my life. And he's there with his head. Giving it all this. Oh my God. Can't wait to get outside for the wall. Cannot wait. But yeah, I think we had a good time in Walking in Memphis, didn't we? It was.
Yeah, we loved it. Yeah.
I think there's some of that still didn't know the words at the end. They're still like guessing and things like that, but quality song.
Percy, you're in the middle tonight, of course, and you had to witness these two coming to blows at one point on the team coach, I understand, at one point.
Yeah, it was an away trip in Gons, and the staff were down at the front on the iPad. I think they were playing the Chase one, yeah? And, it must have been for a lot of money, because Gons shouted up and said, what's on the front cover of Florence and the Machine's album? And the options were heart or lungs. I don't know which one it is. Is it lungs? Lungs. It's lungs, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, Hawks stands up. It's heart, Gons. Are you sure, Hawks? It's for a lot of money. I'm telling you now, Hawks, it's heart. Gons puts heart in. It's lungs.
Maybe I'm the joker, sorry.
Sorry, that's
But he was being serious.
He was being serious.
Yeah, I was being deadly serious, but guessing at the same time.
Yeah,
well, Gons was absolutely raging, weren't you? You come back and took his cards off us because he lent us his cards. Threw his toys out of the pram.
I nicked about 7 cards out of the 52 pack so he couldn't play, basically.
Okay, let's head to the floor, and Stuart will be coming around with the roaming mic. It's your opportunity now, ladies and gentlemen, to ask any question you wish with the traditional fashion. Show hands. And yes, the light is a bit dim for us here, but I can see a hand there next to the camera, Stu. The mic's just behind you. Okay, who's your question to?
To the players.
Is it on?
To the players, yeah.
Is the mic on?
Yes, it should be.
Just going back to Saturday, Swindon are obviously a good team, and I think they'll be up by the end of the season, up towards the top end of the table. But from a spectator point of view, it was very frustrating seeing their tactics, throwing themselves to the ground, demanding immediate medical attention at every opportunity, which was breaking up the play. Every time the staff came on to look after them, the players strolled off for another team talk on the touchline, and it was, to be perfectly honest, it was driving me absolutely bonkers. By the second half, probably around the 60th minute, they had 2 players on the floor demanding attention. What I'd like to ask the Birchie and Hawks is how frustrating is it to play against a team that employ that sort of tactic?
Unfortunately, it is a tactic, and I reckon they would have tried to train that all week and said, like, let's go there, let's frustrate them, don't get them on the front foot. They're very good at home, they attack very well, and I think there's another team. I think Sutton do it quite well as well. They play for fouls, they play for free kicks, they play for time wasting, and they are a really good team, Swindon. But what they did on Saturday worked. They felt like the game was stopping every 2-3 minutes. The ref couldn't handle it. And it is frustrating for us because we can't then play our normal game. It's a distraction. We're getting annoyed with the refs. The ref's on our case. He's giving us yellow cards for unnecessary reasons. Hence why we got sending off as well, which probably ain't a sending off if you think about it. But yeah, it is frustrating, but it's what teams are going to do to come here to try and win, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think teams will look at how Swindon played and come next week or the week after and say, we'll try and copy what Swindon did. Without the ball, because I don't think many teams in this league was as good as Swindon with the ball. But it is a tactic that people use, and I think we did it a little bit at Barrow away this season. They were going absolutely mad at us when we was walking off the pitch, saying it was a disgrace, it was time wasting. And when you're the away side, it is quite good to wind the fans up. It is. Honestly, it is. And especially when you win and you walk off and you're getting hammered by them, you take joy out of it. So they would have loved it, Swindon would have.
Thank you. Another question. Yes, at the front here, gentleman, third row in.
It's on the back of that one, really. Back to Saturday, Mr. Williams, who scored 2 against us, took great delight in giving us the old shh. And I just wondered, how do things go on after the match? Do you all go to the bar together? Have you got any funny stories about altercations or conversations with the other teams? Especially after, it's been quite a frantic, feisty game. Do you just relax and have a drink with them because you probably know them from previous clubs?
No, what usually happens is we all go to the dressing room, we go to ours, they go to theirs, and then as you're coming out to go to your car or you come out of the dressing room as you've got dressed, you might bump into one of them, and if you know them or you played against them previously and got on with them, you'll stand in the corridor and have a chat. I think the days have gone where you go in the bar afterwards and have a few pints. I think it's a bit more it's a bit more professional now.
Anything to add to that, Garns or Hawks?
I mean, it used to be the case back in the day, totally. Especially back in my day, it was as soon as you finished the game, that was it. You were on it straight away. Let's have a pint, and most of the times, you'd go into your room and the opposition would come in and you'd have a little chat. But it was more about getting the pints down the neck, really. But it's not like you say, that page you said. It's not so much now on that side of it. I don't even know. Do the lads? Do you go into as yourself as a group? Do you go into the bar? Or?
I've been into Sandys after a game before, yeah. I think I saw JJ in there, but I've never seen the away team in there now.
Okay, next question. Got another hand. Did I see another hand? It's going to be a short night. Right at the front here, Stuart. Hawks, while Stuart's making his way around, have you got anything to comment on from the gentleman's question? Have you got any experiences with opposing players after a game where perhaps it's been a bit heated?
No, unfortunately not. I think them two said it perfect, really. Like modern day football, it's all about just going home as quick as you can and trying to forget the game, I suppose. For me, it's my partner rushing me home for the kids because she's been with them all day. But yeah, that's it really. Just getting home and just trying to forget about the game as quick as possible, moving on to next.
Okay, we'll take one more question and then we'll have a short break. Yeah, back down here at the front, if you would please, Stuart. What's your question, madam? Yes, you're in a posh venue tonight.
Must be. What's been your highlight while you've been at Mansfield?
For me, just everything since I've been here, really. Just the fans, the players, the staff. Last season was such a good season. Obviously, how it ended weren't the best, but for me, just the all-round package. Like for me, I'm a Southern boy, so moving up a bit further up north was tough with the family and stuff. And yeah, well, yeah, Southerners ain't that nice. But yeah, just for me, just feeling at home sort of thing with my family and feeling comfortable going into training every day with all the boys and all the staff members and everything. And like I say, week in, week out, away and home, the fans have been brilliant. So an all-round package for myself.
What's your highlight, Perchie?
Yeah, definitely walking out as captain at Wembley. I know the result didn't go our way, but I've got a young family and they were all there watching, so that was a career highlight of mine really. Playing for your hometown club at Wembley and leading the boys out.
The career highlight?
It's up there, yeah, definitely, yeah, walking out Wembley. Not many people get to do that with the own band, so definitely up there as a career highlight, yeah.
How many people did you know in the crowd, being a Mansfield boy? How many did you know that were coming to back you, would you say?
Nearly everyone I know when. I'm trying to look around the room now, see if I know anyone. I know one there, look, Chubba. Yeah. But yeah, I had loads of people go down when you got social media and stuff. They were all down there enjoying the weekend, and all my mates from school, and who I used to play against at football and play with. So it was a good occasion for me, yeah.
Your top moment, Gons?
I think Wembley again, obviously, not all Wembley, obviously, that disaster. But yeah, played for Blackpool. I'm fortunate enough to play twice in consecutive years. Lost one on penalties and won one on penalties, and I can assure you the losing one's not very nice as a player and also as a coach, but the winning one was absolutely fantastic, and there's no better place to do that, so very, very enjoyable, yeah.
What about here? What's been your standout?
Do you know what, I think we've been very lucky in our job in terms of the clubs that we've managed. We've had a fantastic upbringing at Burton Albion, local club. We've had a doorstep football club in Derby County. We've had a Sheffield United who's not too far away. And we've had Mansfield Town. So we've been very lucky in terms of we haven't had to move anywhere. And I would say, not so much in terms of Burton as in the size of the crowd, but Derby, Sheffield and Mansfield have been absolutely fantastic in terms of the amount of crowd. Obviously the two other clubs are a lot bigger and they've got bigger crowds, but a joy for this year has been the amount of ticket sales, the amount of season ticket which have doubled, and now instead of playing like we did last year in 2,500 people, we're playing in front of 7,000 people, and we really, really do appreciate that.
For now, Andy Garner, James Birch and Ollie Hawkins. And can we have the representatives from the Stag Supporters Association on the stage, please? Keep the round of applause going, ladies and gentlemen. There's a cheque presentation coming up. So, Dean, if you've got the cheque presentation, so this is for £8,168 from SSA members, which paid for the new players' tunnel. What about that? Yeah, stand up. Put the cheque in the middle and look towards Jeanette. So thanks to the SSA members who contributed towards that. Steve, do you want to get in the picture? Do you want to get down here? No, you'll need to get down here. That's it, get on the end here. You won't be seen behind Ollie Hawkins, there you are. Okay. Quick couple of snaps, straight to Jeanette. Okay, a big round of applause again, ladies and gentlemen. And a special mention to Stag supporter Mark Willows. Are you in the room, Mark? Yeah, would you come up on stage? Don't worry, I'm not going to interview you, but Mark is now a lifetime member of the SSA after paying £1,000 to the official supporters club. Get in there, Mark. Straight down the barrel of the lens. Lifetime member of the SSA. Thank you very much for that, Mark. We'll have a quick chat with Dean Fowkes, the SSA chairman. Dean, how did this particular membership with Mark come about then?
Well, really, we had a gentleman called Mike Collins who approached us a while ago and said that he respected the work the SSA had done for many, many years. He was never going to get around to setting up a standing order, so he wanted to make a contribution. So he did that. So we basically made a life membership available. If anybody wanted to make a contribution, significant contribution, to save them basically paid monthly. So that's where it came from. And Mark was one of the latest gentlemen that approached us and said, you know, I've been a supporter for a long time. He's been an Amber member for many years. So he decided to make himself a life member as well. So the offer's open to absolutely anybody, and we very much appreciate his support, as well as the other 400 odd Amber members that pay £4 a month. It's been a labour of love for 21 years, but it's tremendous, and we're very proud to be able to say that we've contributed probably over £150,000 in the 21 years that SSA has been going now, Mark.
That's terrific, isn't it? 100 grand in 21 years. Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, during the COVID-19 pandemic, there were 46 supporters who very kindly continued to pay, knowingly perhaps or otherwise, towards the weekly prize draw here at Mansfield Town Football Club. And as a token of generosity from the club to those supporters who continue to pay via the direct debit, there is a chance for the supporters in that draw tonight to win 3 prizes. So 46 names, 46 numbers in the hat here, so to speak, and 3 prizes to be won. Okay, so Perchy, if you stand here, Hawks, if you stand to my right, you're going to pick 3 out, give them a good spin, and we're going to pick 3 out. So the prizes are, and hopefully many of you are in the room tonight, 6 hospitality tickets to be used at any home league game this season, 15 match tickets to be used at any home league game this season. You don't just have to use them in one shoot, they can be spread across various games, and a signed framed shirt by all the lads. So some really good prizes there, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, 46 people continue to pay in the weekly prize draw, and 3 tonight will go away with 3 fantastic prizes. Okay, Perchy, put your hand right in. Let's get a first winner. What number have we got?
Number 7.
Number 7, that is Mick Edge. Mickey, you in the room? Mick, come on up. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Mick's won. Sensational prize. Right. Mick, what would you like? The signed frame shirt, 15 match tickets, or the 6 hospitality? The signed frame shirt, there you are. Give that to Michael, commercial manager. He'll sort you out with that. Well done, Mick. Well done. Signed frame shirt is yours. See, Michael is in the room. He'll sort you out with that. Hawks, next ball, please.
Number 8.
Number 8, that is Kelly Lazans. Kelly Lazans, are you in the room? Kelly? Kelly? No Kelly. Well, Kelly, if you're watching this, email sales@mansfieldtown.net and we'll sort your prize out. But because you're not in the room tonight, we've got 1 left. Okay, so.
Shall we tell you, Lance? You want to go?
1 prize left. Here we go. What's the number?
Number 29.
29. That is Kay Glasby. Keith Glasby. Are you in the room, Keith?
No, Keith's not here.
No, Keith's not here, but Keith's won either the hospitality tickets or the 15 match tickets. But a big thank you to all who paid during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you very much indeed. Okay.
Well done, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you, gents, for taking that away. Okay, we're going to go back to the floor, ladies and gentlemen. Your chance to ask any question you wish to our 3 guests. And we've got a question down here. Question down here.
Not about referees, Jesus.
No, Perchy, not. Good evening, lads. Thanks for turning up and answering our questions. I've got a question for Hawks, actually. Do you prefer playing at the back or up top?
For Mansfield Town, I prefer playing at the back. just because I know we like to play a lot of football more than be more direct. And sometimes I feel like if I'm playing up front, we force long balls and we force a way that we're not used to playing and maybe don't suit us as much. So I am happy at playing at the back more. I do see myself as a striker in me still, somewhere there. But for Mansfield Town, I'd like to focus more on being a centre half, but also at the same time, if ever I'm needed, to go back to my original position.
And how does your teammates feel about playing in various different positions, i.e. the lovely Lucas?
You'd have to ask him that. We obviously have a lot of versatile players, and a lot of fans probably don't like seeing players playing that position. But for a manager, I think it's ideal when you have so many players that can play everywhere. And if you have injuries and players are unavailable, then you know that you can count on them to put a good shift in and work hard as they can out of position. And we have many of them. And it's just, for me personally, I'll play anywhere as long as I'm playing on the pitch and give my all. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next question. Yeah, we'll go for convenience behind you.
Thank you. Two-part question, really. With January not a million miles away, to Garns, are there any particular areas that you think we need to strengthen? And to Perch and Hawks, are there any players that you've played against this season that you think would be a good fit for us here?
Garns, do you want to start?
Yeah, obviously January's coming up, and we talk about it quite a lot. They've got to, first thing and foremost, is make sure that they're better than what we've got. It's as simple as that. The 18 that we've got. But we've got a few things obviously on the paper at the moment, but we'll look a little bit closer when it gets to the time. Obviously, Oaksy will be back for us, so that helps us obviously up front wise. But if there's anybody out there, you know, better than what we've got, then we won't have a problem in bringing them in. I think we had a very good day today with Nottingham Forest and spoke to the manager in a good relationship with them. We've got Swanee and Arbottle and we mentioned a couple more today. So we'll keep that relationship and that could go a long way for us.
Gents.
I think of players who we've played against this year, I can't really remember any off the top of my head, but when you do play against a good player, you think, yeah, he'd suit our team. But I think the tough thing with January signings are good players don't get sold. They tend to stay at the club, so it's hard to get a good deal in January, I think, because they're already at clubs. But yeah, I don't know about any in particular player that we've played against this year that I think I'd love to play with him. What about you?
Yeah, I haven't come across anyone that, when our team's fully fit and no injuries, that can get in our team personally this season, or many I can think of personally.
Okay.
Thanks, Jensen.
Yeah, we'll come back to you, sir, because you asked one of the first off, but you're more than welcome to ask another. Let's go to this gentleman with the. In fact, we'll go to Alan Wilson first, just for the sake of the mic is now in his hand.
Now then, a question, it's a two-part question. This is from, the first question is probably to all three of you, and it's from a gentleman who lives in Brazil, a big Stags fan. His name's Tim Phillips, and he's asked me to ask what's happening on a day-to-day basis to sort out our defensive frailties. I mean, it's probably a good question for all three of you.
Garns can answer that one.
Does he live in Brazil, does he?
Yes, he lives in Brazil, but he watches I Follow.
Yeah, I think has an apartment, has he, in the summer?
I can ask him.
What are you asking for, yeah? Never been to Brazil. Defensive frailties.
Yeah. Well, it didn't actually say it on about the defence. I just said the frailties because last couple of 3 games we have struggled.
We have last 2 games. I think we've struggled. Yeah. So, you know, over all last season and over this season, it's not been too many games. You have to remember on Saturday on Swindon, you know, that's the first game we've lost in over a year at home. That in itself is unbelievable. Yes, we've got issues, but we've also got players who can fit in them positions. At the minute, I think we're a little bit in between. I think we're trying things. We're not quite flowing in the last 2 games. We know that, the players know that, and it's something that we're addressing. Trying to get the right formation, trying to get the right personnel. And if it means, you know, we have to play one week, one next week, well, you know, we're trying to find that answer. We're not used to losing now, and that's obviously the first one we've lost for a long time. But, you know, Oaks has gone in at the back as a forward, and he's done a fantastic job. Obviously, you know, a little bit of a mistake on Saturday, you get punished, you know, within seconds, and it's down to him at the end of the day with his touch. But the genuine lads, the honest lads, we've got good defenders, and all we need to do, you know, we're going to obviously sort it out with whichever formation we go with, but we're 100% behind all the players that we've got. And whatever formation, whatever players we put out there, we're happy with all our defenders at the moment.
That's a fair comment, and honestly, I didn't know whether Perchy or Oaks just wanted to add anything to that.
Oh, we're sat up here being 2 centre half, so it's a bit awkward.
No, but you can be honest, we're all fans.
No, I don't think it's so much as defensive frailties. I think we've switched off the last couple of games defensively as a team. And it's cost us 8 goals. Nah, that's not acceptable from us, from the staff and for you guys, so it's not something that we're used to. It's not as if we've been doing it all season or all last season. I'd look at it and say it's a little bit of a blip, a little bit of not concentrating for the full 90 minutes on both games, but I'll be confident to say that it won't continue and it won't happen too many more times.
Thank you.
Is that the first clap of the night for an answer?
Hawks. I hope so.
Yeah, pretty much the set. For me, playing there sort of regularly at the moment, it's nothing that I'm concerned about personally myself. The last couple of weeks where we have conceded more than 1 goal, more than 2 goals, it is a whole team problem. Like, we're losing it in positions up higher at the field, like I say, from throw-ins earlier, like Garn said. Maybe the organisation's got to be a bit better from a whole team point of view. And I do genuinely think it is a one-off that we're conceding like more than 3 goals, 4 goals. I don't think it's going to happen again. And also, we are very attacking at home. We are playing predominantly a 3 at the back this season more. So maybe it's just getting used to playing 3 at the back at home, being really attacking. We got to maybe us at the back got to be a bit more better organisation, just to shore it up sometimes. Because obviously we went 1-0 up the other day, and then went 1-0, 2-1 up, 2. Like, we don't want to make the game like that, but because we're still trying to score loads of goals at 2-1 up, sometimes it does affect us, and like the last couple of games it has shown.
Well, I'm sure, thank you very much from Tim from Brazil for that. And my question is mainly to Garns. Who has the final say before the team sheet goes in before 2 o'clock, Garns?
The manager.
Definitely, just the manager?
Yeah. Yeah, we talk all week, constantly. Formations, players, tactics, whatever, and we'll go through it every single day. Starts on Monday, and at the end of the day, the guys are listening to all of us, with the staff, and ultimately, it'll be his final decision who plays. But don't get me wrong, he does listen, and we virtually sort of come to the same sort of agreement by Friday, sort of thing.
We've got a question down here, Stuart. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Yeah, do you want to ask your question? We'll come to you next.
This is to Ollie Hawkins.
Hello.
Hello. On tips to be how a better striker, because I'm playing striker for my school, even though I'm a goalkeeper.
So your tips would be a better striker, sorry?
Yes.
Oh, a bit rusty with that one. The only advice I can give you is make sure you're in the box at all times. From crosses, from corners, from set pieces. Just keep getting yourself in the box and goals will fall for you and do the best you can in there and like I say, it will all work out.
Good advice, that. Okay, let's get the mic down onto the front row here to this young man. What's your question?
For all of you.
Just repeat that again if you would.
It's for all of you. Which one in the FA Cup would you want it to be in an away day?
In any round, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your dream FA Cup tie?
That's a tough one.
Any team throughout the pyramid as well?
I'd like to go to. I'm going to test yourself against someone like Liverpool away. I think it'll be good. It'll be good for the fans to go up there. Good away day. Good test. But if you want to get through, obviously you want the lower leagues at home. It's what you want out of the FA Cup. If you want a good run, you want a rubbish team at home. If you want a good away day for you fans, it's Chelsea away, Tottenham away, new stadium.
Barrow.
Oh, come on to Barrow. Yeah. So it depends what you want out of the FA Cup. If you want a good run, rubbish team at home. If you want a nice day out and a good day for the fans and to test yourself, top Premier League club away.
What would you pick, Hawks?
I think being a Spurs fan probably has to be Spurs away and try and stop Harry Kane scoring some goals.
What?
I don't know that'll happen.
Wow.
That was a joke.
It was a joke, yeah. You would get in the mood right away. Jesus. I'd just probably go back to my old club, Blackpool, where I was a legend.
They got a statue of you, haven't they?
And just to listen, you know, and let them sing my name. And it's been a long time, you know, you're 56 and it's been a long time when you're playing, so yeah, good times there and some special times. Blackpool away.
Okay, who's got the next question for our panel? You can see a hand. Yes, sir, right at the front here. If we just get the mic right at the front here. Get our next question in. Okay, can we just pass the mic to the front? Thank you very much. What's your question, sir?
Would you like to have been involved in an FA Cup match or being televised live?
This season, sorry?
This season, the next round.
Oh, 100%. Any sort of live coverage for me, personally, and like I say, the team and the club and everyone would be really good. I think. It's funny.
No, I'm just thinking because it's live and you're on the telly. And I will. Just don't make the mistakes that you usually make.
Took you a while then.
What, so the Barrow Mansfield game's not on telly?
There's a bank of that or something, Barrow.
Okay, anything to add?
Yeah, I'd love to have been on
Would you
telly.
like to have at Alf Church away?
Yeah. Yeah, or someone who,
team, weren't they?
a lower league team who think there's a banana skin on the cards, whack it on telly, yeah.
Okay, what's the next question?
Can I just ask another question?
Yeah, please do while you've got it.
Is there any chance of Danny Johnson playing for us next season after Christmas?
Don't.
When his loan period ends?
Birchie.
I was actually with him yesterday.
Birchie. Steve-O.
Next question. Okay, what's the next question? Hands up, please. Just scanning the room. Yeah, back down here, please, if you would. About the third or fourth row in, nearest the mirror. Microphone coming to you. Okay, what's your question for the panel?
If you could bring back a player who's been sold in the last 2 years, who would it be?
If you could bring back a player who's been sold in the last two years, yeah, who would it be? We'll say left as opposed to sold, perhaps. We'll say left. I don't think many have been sold per se, but let's say left.
I'd say Corey O'Keefe, just because I still talk to him now. He's a good pal of mine. Play golf together most weeks. So for the golf school, I'd say Corey O'Keefe to bring back. Good, like I said, good pal of mine. Went on holiday with him last year, and him and his missus are lovely. So Corey O'Keefe.
What about you, Hawks?
I'll say two. I do get along with DJ outside of football, so DJ's one of them. Good friend of like my family as well, my partner and his partner. And another one for me is Farron Rawson. I really got along with him.
Forgot about Faz.
Sorry,
Faz. Sorry, Faz as well.
He was a ledge guy, like just every day, just there's always a smile on his face and making you laugh, and that was some of the most ridiculous things he comes up with. And yeah, just them two for me.
What about you, Gons?
Oh, what are you on there? You are an apple.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Faz. If Faz is watching this, he is. I want you to
take it back. Take it back. Yeah. I just said Faz because he owes me 50 quid. We had a bet, unbelievable. On the first year, and he said he'd get. I think it was 3 goals.
That's 5, wasn't it?
No, this is the first time when we had a little £20. And he said, anyway, he didn't get that. And then he said the following year, he said, double it. I'll double it to 6. I'll get 6 this year. I said, you can have any odds you want, seriously. And he said, we'll do it. We'll put it at £50. I said, what, for you to get 6 goals? Oh my! It must have been the bet of the century. Seriously, there was not a chance of him getting 6 goals. And he still owes me that money. He does. He's never paid it back. Never ever paid it back. I'd probably say, I don't know what the Mansfield fans are, but Reedy at Stevenage. He's a great lad. Absolutely cracking lad. And as staff and as management, we thought he gave everything he'd got for us. And we liked him quite a lot.
He was sold as well, wasn't he? We got a fee for him, as I recall.
Yeah, can't remember how much it was.
Undisclosed, I think.
Was it? Not much of it. Yeah, just one of those situations, really. But we never had one problem with him at all. And like I say, he always worked incredibly hard in training and also, in the games. So we had a lot of time for Reedy.
Okay, where's the next question coming from? Yeah, right at the back. In fact, we'll come to you in a moment. Let's just come to this lady here. Yes.
I know this is probably a really daft question, but we all have his favourite players, and do you have a favourite, and who do you rate? Pressure.
For Mansfield?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
In the squad this season?
Yeah, who do you really
If he
rate?
says Perchy and Perchy says him, might as well go home now.
Do you want to go first, Perchy?
I'll go first. No, I'm not going to say old. I love George Maris. Because as a centre-half or the position I play at the minute, left of a 3 or whatever, just having George there, just to give the ball to, is perfect for me. It's just a nice, easy pass. He always wants it. What?
What? And this is the reason why when we go on away trips and the gaffer sort of meets us sometimes further down on the M1, I get the actual joy of playing cards with Mr. Perch and Mr. Mahrez. I call him Mahrez. And Orcs. And we're playing for money. And obviously these have got a lot more money than I've got. And these two, Perch and Mahrez, are like little babies when they play cards. They're talking all the time. What have you got in your hand? What are you going to play next? It's absolute garbage, it is, honestly. It is. They're like little kids, and I can understand why he loves them so much.
Apart from the cards and taking Gonz's money, it's just a good pass for me, and he always wants the ball, and what he does, and I think I'm right in saying that the last 2 and a bit years that I've been here, he's been a very good player for Mansfield, and he's always played games. He's never really injured. He's put in some really good performances, and I'd say for me, he's my favourite player to play with.
Who's yours, Hawks?
Elliot Hewitt. I think he's just his all-round game, really, sort of long throw-ins, fitness levels, up and down. He can tackle, he can head. His technique's really brilliant. I think he's very, very reliable. And yeah, just for me, him. I've got no, I think he was more favouring his best friend there, but yeah, just all-round for me, Elliot Hewitt. Just like I say, his all-round game.
Gons, do you have a favourite?
Player?
Yeah. The question was to Gons as well. Yeah.
Favourite? Oh dear. Yeah, Mac is up there, to be fair. Only because my missus said he's gorgeous. Why don't you ever bring him on with you? But we've just introduced a bit of a dartboard at the training ground, and you can understand why he says Elliot Hewitt, because these two are really good partners on the darts board. Perch is miles better than any of them two on the darts. But it's Elliot and Hawks think they're a bit of a player on the dartboard, and that's probably where the friendship has come from. And he's miles off it, isn't he? Oh my God!
I swear, on the way here, I was thinking, like, going to you guys brings up darts.
Well, it's got to, because I've never seen. He always says, when they played away, and I like to pop my head in and just have a little put a bit of pressure on. And I've never seen a player who wants double top. First dart, it's the wall. The second dart, it's the dartboard, but really so close to the wall, it's unbelievable. And the third dart, it's a 6. And then he'll say something like stupid, like, I love 777. But he's going for double top. He's miles off it, isn't he? Honestly, and him and Elliot play secretly together, so that's why he's just friend. They must play it in the garage.
Okay, where's the next question coming from? Yeah, we'll go right at the back this time, if you would. Right at the back there, yeah, great, thank you. What's your question?
It's a question for the 2 defenders. Do you ever have a target for goals at the start of the season, personally? Or, I mean, obviously, I don't think you come out and say, I'm going to score 6 or 8 or 10. But do you inside think I ought to be getting 4 or 5 goals this season?
Faz did.
That's what made me ask you.
My mindset is still, as a forward, just to score as many goals as I can. Doesn't really matter where I'm playing. I always want to score, like, when I play, just because it's the best feeling you get. So I don't have a target. I just aim to score as many as I can. And if it's like the back, predominantly more of the whole season, then anything over 5 or 6 is a very good accomplishment, personally.
No, I don't have a target. I've never have done. That's why I've probably never scored that many goals. But I'd take as much fun out of blocking a shot than I do scoring. So I'll probably say as a defender, I'd rather keep a clean sheet and score a goal.
Thank you. Okay, next question. We'll scan this area again, and this area as well. Any others? Any other questions? Yes, gentleman with the cap, right at the front here, please. Mike's coming to you. Okay, here it comes. What's your question, sir?
Obviously, last season we played a lot 4-4-2 with the diamond. What's the main thinking behind the change? Was it personnel or tactical? And as players, how much does that take a while to adjust to?
Collins? Yeah, it's a very good question. It was something that we tried in pre-season. We looked at obviously the majority of the teams in quite a lot of them play the three, and personnel suited us to that degree. We feel it is the right system going forward. Unfortunately, at the moment we're a bit in between with a couple of the displays, and we sort of interrupted sort of the systems in changing it like after 15 minutes, 20 minutes and things like that. And maybe that's, that's probably might be, a case of not so great performances. It's hard for the players sometimes, to ask them to do different things. Maybe we've not got that quite over like we'd like to. So, maybe it's time to let's just stick with the three and see how it goes.
The question asked about the system from your point of view.
I think the system works fine. I think when we win, it works fine. When we lose, it gets magnified a little bit, and it's why we're changing formation all of a sudden. But the gaffer changes formation. You might notice, you might not, but we sometimes change it during the game. The gaffer might just see something that we might be better off doing, so he might go 4-3-3 or 4-5-1, and he just shouts on to whoever's closest, tell him we're changing this, and then Laps will fill in at right wing and Lucas will fill in at left wing, and we'd rather be fluid, where we can change in and out of games depending on what the situation is of the game, what the scenarios are. So I wouldn't say we're set on three at the back. I think we do play three at the back, but we can also change and play four and multiple formations.
We've played the system today at Nottingham Forest, although it's only 30 minutes, 2 hours 30 minutes, but a different system to what we used to play. And looking at it today over an hour's play, it looked very, very good. So we might play that system on Saturday against Barrow.
Hawks, final word on that?
Yeah, I think the last thing he said as well, how does it take time to get used to? I think three at the back throughout the pre-season and the start of the season, it was a bit, not tricky, but sort of, for me personally, playing in sort of the middle, it took a lot to work out, and the organisation part of it, I think we progressed it and got better with it. Obviously the last couple of games have been a bit different, but as you said, we have a squad and the versatility of a lot of players that we can chop and change throughout the game, and I think you need that during the season, during a game, and like with all the players we've got, it'll only be beneficial. And yeah, I think both formations we are strong at. Now it's just finding the right one at the moment, obviously through this sticky patch, and to progress us.
Thank you. Any more, ladies and gentlemen? Was there a hand over there? Sorry, sir. Yeah, you're in the darker area of the room. The mic's coming all the way to you. So if we get the mic right over there, Stuart. Mic's coming around the back now. Any more hands while we're waiting, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, we might make that the last question of the night then. Last question of the night. Here's the mic.
Yeah.
Just a question regarding
Youth Academy.
I mean, great setup we've got at Plesley and everything. Players train day in, day out. I don't know with the young ones how many is coming through, you know, once you get into the first team. Ditch the mic, just shout. Just wondered with players what we've got coming through with the youth setup, what's the chances and out of the players' view, is there any of them what's they looking to step up into the first team, as in, such as when Macca's, you know, we're making do with the 19 players we've got, is there anybody in that youth setup who could actually come in and fill in that place? Because it's nice to see somebody come in, fair enough, if they make mistakes, they make mistakes, but we would like to see, you know, what's with players coming through.
I think at the moment, no. To that degree, what you just said, I don't think, you know, if Macca was out, I don't think there'd be anybody in the academy who's going to come in and step in that position straight away. In saying that, you know, there is some good players coming through. Obviously, I don't think they're quite ready yet. And at the moment, it's more about the process and getting them out on you know, on loan, learning the trade a little bit, getting used to what we call it proper football. So there is obviously there is a few coming through. I went to the Selston game the other night, which was very encouraging. I know obviously it was Selston and they weren't very good, but we're more focused on the academy. You know, you win 6-0 and there's some very, very good performances. So in time, you know, we're going to stick with those and hopefully we introduce them to training. There's a few now actually getting introduced into training and joining in with the first team lads, which is exactly what they need, you know, experience-wise, and joining in with the first team players. Yeah, I mean, obviously in the future, then hopefully there is a couple of players in there that have got a very, very good chance.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? Any more? Yes, yes.
Just one, Steve.
Yeah, if you just shout it, Alan.
Yeah.
What, is that his address from Brazil?
All the players, 2 players and gone, they've got a £50 free bet. Where do Mansfield finish this season?
Wow. Good bet.
Not from me, it's just a free
Third. I thought he was giving us 50 quid then.
Hawks has said third if you missed it. Perchik?
Automatics. I'm not going to say a position, but I think we'll get automatic. I don't want to go in the playoffs again. Please don't.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what we're striving for. We've said all along after the disappointment at Wembley pre-season. There's only one place we want to finish, and that's as high as we possibly can in the top 3. Automatic, totally. That's what we're trying to do. And when you think, you know, 2 games ago, taking them 2 games out of it, we're on course. We're really, really on course, and we've just got to turn this round and get on with it again, and look forward to obviously Barrow Saturday, get that Bradford here on Tuesday night, get 3 points at Bradford, and our season will start again. Don't worry about that.
We'll head into the last 2 parts of the night now, ladies and gentlemen, but for now, your appreciation to our guests. Couple of chances to win some prizes. We don't like you leaving empty-handed, so what's going to happen is this, in traditional fashion. James Perch is going to answer as many potluck questions as he can in 60 seconds, and then one lucky supporter will do likewise. If the supporter gets more than Perchy, you'll win one of 3 prizes. So we've got a signed shirt from Ollie Hawkins, an away shirt, signed by Hawks. We've got a meal voucher up to the value of £40 on food in Sandy's Bar and Kitchen. They've just launched a new menu. And we've also got 2 match tickets to any league home game of your choice this season. What about that? Right, so who's going to come up and face James Perch? We'll wait for you. Yeah, lady here with the pink hair. Come on up. Give her a big hand. Come on up to the stage.
She was confident.
Come on up. Come on the stage. What's your name? Where do you come from?
My name's Paige and I'm from Langworth.
Paige. Hello, Paige. What's your general knowledge like?
Depending on what subject it is.
It does depend on what subject it is. You're right. Right, just take a seat there, and we'll bring you on after Perchy's answered his questions. Do you want to swap places with Perchy, Hawks? Okay, so we're going to get 60 seconds on the clock. You've got to answer as many as you can, Perchy, and your time starts now. What meat is used in a shepherd's pie?
Lamb.
Correct. Which hymn is traditionally sung before the FA Cup final?
That's something.
Sorry? Abide with me. In America, the Golden Gate Bridge is a feature of which city?
San Francisco.
Correct. Sofia is the capital of which country? Come on.
Bulgaria.
Correct. Which metal has the chemical symbol Pb?
Platinum.
Lead. What is the best hand in poker?
Royal flush.
Correct. In all competitions, who is Stags' current leading goal scorer? No help, please.
Pass.
George Lapsley. What is the name for a female fox?
Vixen.
Correct. Prince William attended which university? 5 seconds.
Quick. St Andrews.
Correct. In the British idiom, you're out of time. What do you get? 6.
I heard 7. Someone said 7 there.
6. What's 6?
6.
Purchase swap places with this young lady.
Come on, Doc, we're going to
Come on up, Paige.
all our help we can.
Come on up, Paige. No help, please. Got to be very strict with the rules here. Okay. How did you find that, Paige? How would you have done? Okay, hold the mic right close to your lip if you would. What prize are you going to go for if you beat 6? The Sandys meal voucher. Okay.
Can we help, Paige? No.
You can't help at all, no. Paige has got to do it on her own. Otherwise, there's no point in doing anything. Okay, let's get 60 seconds on the clock. Paige, good luck. In the British idiom, actions speak louder than what?
Words.
Correct. Behind the Mask is a sporting autobiography from which boxer?
Tyson Fury.
Correct. Which country has won the most Football World Cups?
Brazil.
Brazil's correct. What is the only body part which is fully grown from birth?
Lungs.
Eyes. What is the largest venomous snake in the world?
Boa.
Sorry?
Boa constrictor.
King Cobra, unlucky. What year did World War II end?
1941.
1945. What is the main fruit in Ribena?
Black currant.
Correct. How many days are there in a leap year? Come on.
29.
366. What's the name of the cowboy in Toy Story?
Woody.
Correct. Brian Lara played international cricket for which national side?
West Indies.
Correct. Which English city is known as the Steel City? What you get? 6 again. Oh, a tie. Goodness me. We didn't rehearse a tie, but we do have one in the memory bank, and the question is this, right? So if you want to write it down on the back of that, and Perchy likewise, and then I'll get you to flip them round. So, as the crow flies, how far is London to New York in miles? Yeah, as the crow flies, how far is London to New York in miles? Okay, let's have an answer. No help from the audience. Okay. Okay, Perchy, let's have yours. Thank you. So Perchy went for 5,000. You put K there. Do you mean miles? 5,000 miles, right? 5,000 miles. And Paige, you've gone for 800. So the correct answer is 3,780, I think. It's round about that, which means Perchy is the winner. Sorry about that, Paige. Better luck next time, but thanks for coming up. Come on. Right, okay, thank you, James. So, Hawks, would you put your hand into that small container there and pull out a name from one of our younger supporters who put their names forward earlier? So it's a chance for the younger fans to win a prize now. What's the name? Hawks?
Brendan, is it?
Brendan? Where's Brendan? Come on up, Brendan. Show him some encouragement. Come on up, Brendan. Come up here on stage. Okay, so you're going to go up against Ollie Hawkins this time. So just face the audience. Hawks is going to ask you a question. He's going to give you 3 possible answers. One is the correct one. You've only got 1 go. If not, you'll have to sit back down. Okay? But you've still got the 3 prizes available. Hawks, have you got your question ready for Brendan?
Who was the last team I scored against in the league?
Okay, 3 possibilities are.
Do you know? Was it Sutton? Was it Harrogate? Or was it Crewe?
What's your answer, Brendan?
Sutton.
What's the answer?
I think it's Crewe.
I feel terrible, but you've got to sit back down. Oh, we're not having much luck tonight, are we? Okay, Percy, it's over to you. So pick another name out. Who's the name?
Edward Morrell.
Where's Edward? Come on up, Edward. Come on up. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up. Come here. Come here. Come right here. That's it. Come here. Face the audience. Excellent. Right. Same principles apply. This time from Percy. What's your question to Edward?
What team was I at before Mansfield? Was it Oxford, Swindon, or Scunthorpe?
What is the answer? Oxford, Swindon, or Scunthorpe? Scunthorpe United?
Correct.
Correct, it's got it! What would you like, Edward? So you've got Ollie Hawkins' signed shirt. You want Hawkins' shirt? You don't want to know about the other 2 prizes? Okay, give him out Hawkins' shirt. Look at that. We'll shake his hand. We'll shake the lad's hands. Well done. Well done, Edward. Yeah, show me some encouragement, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that. We're approaching the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed for turning out. Let's leave our guests with the final word, starting with James Perch. What would you like to say to the supporters in attendance and watching?
Can I just say, for Paige, I'll give you £40 to go and spend it at Sandy's. Thank you for coming out tonight, it means a lot. Gons mentioned it earlier, the crowd attendance is unbelievable to where we were 2.5 years ago, or whenever it was. And the support is massive, and the players really appreciate it, and I know the staff really appreciate it as well. So keep coming in your numbers, and hopefully we can get over the finishing line this time. Thank you.
I'd like to top Percy as well and say, Brendan, there's a signed shirt or a pair of boots at the end of the season for you as well for not getting that right. Yeah, just what Percy said, thank you for coming tonight. Appreciate it, and I am genuinely glad to be here to answer your questions, and like I said, let's have a good season.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you my bonus money, what I've got so far this season. That's a tenner. For a drink in the bar. Well, no, on a serious note, seriously, we've really enjoyed it tonight. I think we should do many more of these. We've got a very good rapport with all of you. All we can say is that I'm part of the management side and the player side, stick with us. I got a little bit frustrated on Saturday, so I do apologise for a few people. I was giving it a bit larger and we went 2-1 up. I wanted a bit more from you, to be quite honest with you. But it's just emotions. We're desperate. We are desperate to get out of this league, seriously, and with your help, we've got every chance. So thank you very much.
My thanks also to everybody behind the scenes here, and for you, of course, for turning out. We hope to see you next time. From me and everybody else, good night, God bless.